Welcome to Get Cookin'. All right, let's do another take. Hello! What are we cooking today? We're going to do some cocos. No, this is not cacao. This is not coconut. This is cocos. And how I know about it is from Mallorca. My mother has been a hiking guide in Mallorca for, I don't know, I think close to 30 years. She still goes there and she's 85 now. That woman can out hike pretty much anybody I know, including myself. Perhaps not my kids anymore because they got the hiking bug too, and they're constantly hiking and on long hikes. And yeah, well, I did hike down the beach this morning. Yeah. And it was one of those days that, well, today I dragged out 3 huge globs of fishing rope and all caught up, and they were kind of bobbing around trying to get in. So I got in the water and I pulled it out. I think I kind of hurt my back. But all 3 times, and I've never seen such big clumps of fishing stuff on the beach, and that was the first. And not to see just 1, but 2, but 3. But every time there was somebody who came and helped me, and that was really nice. Yeah, there's certain days when you just, the currents just bring in all of this garbage, and they do get out there in the morning and clean it. But I think that when their time is up, they stop. So there's like some sections that are clean, or some people who take care of certain sections, and then there's others that are just a disaster. I always have a big plastic bag in my bag that I bring, and I walk one way looking out on the water, and then on the way back I participate and collect a few bags of garbage. If everybody did that, wow, I think, you know what, I think beaches would look a lot nicer. And it doesn't take much time. Every time I do it, I recall that as a kid, we went to Florida almost every winter. I grew up in Chicago, and we would find the most incredible shells. And I loved looking for shells. So now I kind of laugh as I bend down and pick up another bottle cap or cup or plastic bottles. I laugh and I say, well, you know, instead of shells, now I get to pick up people's trash, you know, and I make a game of it. I'm not depressed doing it. I actually feel like, well, I feel if I can make, like sometimes I'll pick up this barnacle cover piece of plastic and I'm like, you're not going back in there. And that feels good. All right. Well, let's get to cooking. I was telling you about Cocos, Mallorca, my mother, hiking guide. So she sent me this recipe because they have these lovely cocos, and they can be served hot or cold. What it is a flour base with a lot of peppers, tomatoes, and onions on it, and a bit of olive oil. There's no tomato paste. It's not a pizza. And they serve them in big squares. They are just delicious. They just are delicious. And I had a very light lunch, and I just felt like cocos out of the blue. So here I am in the kitchen going to make them with you. All right, let me get a few things together and I'll be back with you. Ooh, I always forget to turn on lights because it's so hot that we don't want lights, but okay, maybe lights help. Does that help? Do I have to turn on the front lights? I don't think I have to turn on the front lights. This is a European recipe, so we will be using the European measurements instead of cups. We use, I don't even know, grams, there you go, and for liquid, whatever it is, CL. Anyway, but we use the handy, what I call the handy scale. This scale that I have, I particularly love in case you have a very big bowl. You can pull this out, so you could put a very big bowl. And what's so great about it is, of course, it's either pounds or grams, so you can use either. Once you start cooking with weighing things, it kind of grows on you very fast. I grew up in Chicago. I grew up in America where you always use cups instead. But I can go either way now. I like them both. So what we need to do is put some sunflower oil. What you do is you press 0 so that right now, well, it says 1 gram, but I'll press 0 again anyway. 0 because it takes into account my bowl. I am going to pour in 150 CL, which means, yeah, I'm going to do 150 grams. I don't know what CL is. There you go. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I am typical American. I don't know any measurements anymore because I don't know how many ounces are in a gallon or whatever anymore either. So I get very confused with things. But I do know that I have to just get this to say 150, which it does. Bingo. And 0 it out. All right. Okay, now I got super confused because the CL is what's confusing me, which is centiliters. I had to stop and look that up. I've always used ml, milliliters, and grams. And what they're saying is 1 centiliter equals 20 grams. I think my recipe is wrong. I think it should be ml and not CL because ml is equivalent. I'm going to take it as that because it's asking for 150 of oil, and I think that looks right. I mean, we're going to be making a dough, or is that way too much? Now I'm really confused. I hope she picks up. Are you hiking somewhere?
I'm in Germany, and we're waiting. I'm with Elvira, and we're waiting for a pickup.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got a quick question, Mom. I'm trying to make cocos. I'm trying to make some. I want to make cocos.
Yeah.
And my recipe says 200 CL. It says 150 CL.
Deciliter.
Oh, it's a deciliter? A CL is a deciliter?
A DL, yeah.
Oh, it's a DL? On this it says CL. I'm all confused.
Yeah, but I know, but I mean it's one. Wait, what?
So
how much water is supposed to?
200
for the water.
200
water.
200
and
150 oil.
That's 2 deciliter.
Okay.
200, and then the other one is a little less, but you can even put a little less oil.
Okay. So like in my measuring cup it says on my measuring cup it says 200. So that would be the water in my measuring.
Deci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 Dead Sea is 200 something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got, because it says C,
Yeah, no.
it says CL.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, okay.
100. C stands for 100.
Okay, and then you say it's deciliter. Yeah, all of a sudden I got confused. I'm like, oh, so I should put a bit less oil because there's a lot of oil otherwise. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Works with less.
All right.
Okay.
So there you have it. She's saying, oh, that's deciliters. And I'm like, but it's DL and it's D, whatever. Anyway, she said too that I could cut back on the oil. So what I'm doing is I took out this much oil. I'm leaving about, what is that? About, I don't know, about that much. Maybe that's about 4 tablespoons, which sometimes is easier. Anyway, the water I'm going to add the full amount, and this says 200 on my 8 ounce on this side. It says 200 metric. So I'm using that as my water and I'm pouring it in. All right, I'm taking it off this scale. That didn't help me much today. Because it actually says mix water, sunflower oil, and salt. Pinch of salt. All right. And slowly add in the flour, which is really weird because when I'm making pizza or something else, I do it the other way. So let me measure out some flour. I've got it in a bag here. I need 500 grams. That I can do. It's the liquid measurement I get confused with. Oh no. Say the grams should be easy. Except now I got, oh no. Boy, I'm having quite the day in the kitchen. I wasn't imagining this. I'm talking to you and I realize, where's my apron? When did I take that off and why? I tell you, there's things I do sometimes I don't even know I'm doing them. Luckily, I video. I have no idea if I was talking to my mom with the microphone or without. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, what am I doing now? I am measuring, and now here comes Coos. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to measure it and then show him. I know 500 is about half the bags. I know that. All right, here we are. Okay. Look at that, I've got on record. I didn't. Dang! Cat's still sleeping, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah, mic's on, but I didn't have, I hope, we'll see what's on and what isn't. To my water, salt, and oil mixture, and now I've got just a little oil. I'd probably add in a bit more, heck. And I'm surprised it's sunflower oil and not olive oil for this Mallorcan recipe, but I am just putting in some more. I'm going to give you the recipe. You play with it and have fun. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, we'll see how it turns out. It makes it more exciting, not less. Meanwhile, I have used my handy scale, which does work very well for grams. Plus, I know I have a well, I already put it back. My flour comes in 1 kilo, so half the kilo. So I knew it was about half the pack anyway. So I've got this measured out on my scale, and now I'm going to mix it in, and let's see if the proportions are right. Otherwise, we'll add in more of whatever it is we need. I like using a big spoon for this kind of operation. I'm going to move it down to here. Oops, it said slowly. I don't know if that was slowly. That kind of went in there quite fast. Woo! I got the postman. Come on in, postman. Yay! We got more goodies. Wow, this is going to be one doughy dough. Wait, you can walk by. You can walk behind. This is the postman. Postman, come and say hello. The postman's going to come and say hello. Say hello. That's the postman. Thank you, postman. I know what it is. Oh no. Look, this looks like this. Back to my mixing. This is getting pretty doughy here. I'm going to go ahead with my hands, and mix it up. I'm keeping out this last little bit of flour. I did have 510 grams, so it was a little on the extra side there. Okay, let me get in there and mix it up. That's the best way I find for finding out, even with pizza dough. Well, pizza dough, we used to have a very nice, back in Switzerland, we had a very nice mixer that made the perfect pizza dough. I don't have one here, a dough mixer. I'm sure we will get one for the restaurant because they sell them here, these big mixers, restaurant size mixers. I have never owned a cafe or a restaurant, and in fact, while I mix this, I'll talk to you. In fact, I can honestly say this was not my dream. I know a lot of people, their dream is like open a little bed and breakfast somewhere and That was never my dream. In fact, I was known to say I like business ideas, small business ideas. I like starting things, I like trying things, but it was never with food, and it was never with like service, like hotel. So it's quite funny for me. What am I doing here? I'm moving over that cutting board. Don't worry, it is cleaned. The cat was on it. And you know what? I am going to pour in a little bit more oil. Can you believe it? It is a different crust, so maybe that's what makes it different is the amount of oil that's in it. So I am adding in this oil. I don't know how I'm going to tell you about these measurements, though. Quite complicated, I found it. I think I'll just put it in as grams. All right, I am going to pour it out onto my board. I mean, it's, as you see, it's not coming. Yes, I have made this before. My mom has made it before, but I don't remember, Man, I make so many things, I don't remember everything. All right. I can always put a bit more water too, but I will certainly not put any more of the flour. That I can tell you. Does not need flour. It's starting to stick together. Oh, and it does not say to knead this. It says as soon as it stays together, leave it in the bowl. I'm kneading it, Oh, there you go. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe there'll be a Cocos expert who watches this and helps me. Cocos experts, come on to Thailand and show us how it's done. Yeah, okay. It says as soon as it's mixed together, leave it in the bowl. Well, that's what I'm going to do because it is mixed together now. I'm not going to put any more oil or any more flour. I will put it back in the bowl. Bam. Here it is, back in the bowl. Oh, yes. Now what do we got to do? Take a pause so I can clean up. Have you noticed how much I use this bowl? I never even know I like this bowl. I never had one of these kind of bowls before. I think I used a plastic one when I was in Switzerland, but one of these was left here, and I just love this bowl. I love it because you can put everything in it and it cleans easily. Duck, duck, duck. They use a lot of this kind of stuff in Indian and Asia, stainless steel or whatever. So while my dough is over there, let's hope it turns out. It tells me I need to, let me tell you the rest of the ingredients. They like to put in green peppers. Yeah, I'm going to give you the original recipe that I'm using, but I'm not following it. So you also can do your own. The reason I don't have any green peppers, in fact, I only have one yellow pepper. So it says, it wants 3 green peppers, 1 red pepper, 1 large onion. I've got the onion covered. 2 garlic, pinch of salt, black pepper, sweet paprika, and olive oil, finally. So basically it's saying, now I've got to make the topping. And that is cut green and red peppers in small sticks, onions and tomatoes cut in small cubes. Onions have to be in small cubes. Whoops. Next, what I've done here is I have cut small sticks. Well, these look more like cubes, and these certainly are not cubes. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. When will I begin to read instructions properly? Probably never. I'll just cut these up a bit more, you know. And you know what's funny is the way you cut things does influence how it tastes. Somehow it does. It does make, yeah, you know, a different taste to things. Anyway, that's going to be our onions. And I made frozen garlic the other day and put it in, and I didn't save any of the garlic, but here you go. It's already defrosted. It's so, you know, warm here. So that's the garlic I'll be using. It says to put it all in the bowl, so I will. Now, you're going to probably say, whoa, you've got not even one full yellow pepper. What are you going to do? I am going to put that garlic I have in there. So I did have eggplant. So I cut up, and that I cut up in matchsticks. So there you go. I did that one right, but it doesn't have eggplant on this menu. And since I cut it up earlier, I did put some salt on it. I don't usually do that. I find eggplants aren't as bitter as they once used to. I think they've changed. I don't know. They're just not as bitter as they used to be. So you put salt and let it sit, and it's supposed to take out the bitterness in it. I did it because I figured even to have a little bit of salt, and I had the time. So I did let it sit in salt, and now I've rinsed it to rinse off the salt, and I'm throwing that in. Whoops. A little bit too enthusiastically. Went over the side, but that's okay. So instead of peppers, we are using eggplants. Hey, eggplants, that's part, you know, I'm sure they even make a cocos with eggplant, I'm sure. For tomatoes, I've got these little cherry tomatoes, and I think some of them are unfortunately very overripe. So I don't know, I'm just going to cut them in cubes and throw them in. All right, I'll pause that. You don't have to see me cut all these tomatoes. I am back with a bunch of little cut up tomatoes. And now I'm just going to spice it up a bit. I happen to have, this does say mild paprika, but I recently, you can see 2 colors in my paprika. I think the mild one was down there, or anyway, I filled up this jar, but it is with El Avion, which I find very funny, this El Avion, which it's packed in Spain. Oh, it's packed in Spain. It doesn't mean it's Spanish. Anyway, but they make this big, on the package, this thing about Spanish. So anyway, it wants to be put on there. paprika. Let's sprinkle a generous amount covering the top here. Pepper. Let's grind up a generous amount. But grinding pepper, I don't think you ever get a generous amount. You know, you grab a teaspoon and that's a lot of pepper. And let's put in some salt. Nice, good, nice pinch of salt. Yes! And mix that up. Now it says to set my oven at 200, which I will do right away. 200. Okay. My veg are looking really beautiful. Hey, it's the Spanish flag colors here, if you ask me. Mallorca is a part of Spain. Mallorca is a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. We went there for many, many years because my mom was working there and my kids, she was that hiking guide, and so me and the kids would go, and my kids were hiking from the time they could walk, and my mom would drag them all sorts of places, and they caught the bug. They love it. I, who grew up in Chicago, did get great opportunity to, you know, experience mountains. Chicago is flat as a pancake. And my mother always regretted that. And so, like, if I'm going downhill, you'll see, and I've gotten much better over the years. I've gotten much better, but I'm not sure of myself. It's like I don't hike down hills naturally. Uphill's okay because it's just a matter of cardio, you know. But down, whereas my kids, they're like mountain goats. They just jump. My mom is like a mountain goat. They don't even know they're going down. It's just like, blunk, blunk, blunk. And me, I'm looking. I really like those sticks now. That's kind of new. My mom doesn't like sticks. The kids don't like sticks because they just go, gluk, 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 gluk. But for me, it's like, okay, we're going down. Anyway, this smells fantastic. That's the good news. And now I've got to somehow roll out the dough. You know, I think I'm going to put it on some baking paper because otherwise it's just going to stick, is my guess. And I think I'm even just going to put it on that baking paper on the cookie tray. But, all right, let me go get my stuff. If you have problems with this baking paper, you know, some of them, when those little metal edges are good, just poof. But I don't know. I haven't had one of those. I think there's one of them there that works. The rest of them don't work. So an easy way around that, because this one really doesn't work, is just take a sharp knife and, if you can, make a straight line. This knife actually isn't that sharp. Anyway, just thought, you probably already know that. But cut with the scissors is more of a pain. All right, let's try to roll this dough out. Will it roll out? That is, ooh, feels softer now, that's for sure. Aha, you want to see that. Does feel softer now. I have some extra flour, so let me put that on my rolling pin. Some of that flour. Now let's give it a go and see how if it works. Somehow, just something tells me this isn't how the real Cocos dough is going to be looking, like these pieces. I don't know, like a marble. I don't know. Maybe we did have to use, I had something in there. Maybe we did have to use all that oil. I don't know. Chances are it's going to taste very good. That's what we care about. We like things to look nice, sure, but we actually like things to taste nice. What would you rather have, a nice looking thing that has no taste or an ugly thing that tastes good? Come on, we all know the answer to that one. Oh, you're saying you'd rather have a good-looking thing that tastes good. Okay, okay. Then let's make it look good. Hey, this is actually easier to roll out than I thought it would be. I am not a professional chef. You can tell that right away, and if you are, I have a feeling that some professional chefs, it's like being good at anything. It must be hard to see people like me just making a mess of it. I don't know. Is that true? I don't know. Hopefully they can have a good laugh. Okay, I think this is getting pretty close to the size of my cookie. I'm putting it in a cookie tray, cookie sheet. It is funny how it's such a marble dough, and it is oily. You see all the flour just disappeared off this, and it's really off the rolling pin, and it's really, there's nothing going to stick here because it's all oily now. Looking good to me. Good to slap things around a bit. Why not? All right. Is it going to fit on there? I didn't. I guess I... Oh. What do you think? Take it off? Yeah, we're letting it go naked on that pan. Reason being, this thing got all crinkled up on there anyway. What am I going to do next? You got it. I'm going to cut off this extra dough here. Did I cut it? No. This knife. Not good. Where's my little... There we go. Now we're cooking. Yeah, if you use it the right way. Serrated edge or not, this thing cuts. All right, let's plaster that in here. Luckily, this is a dough. You will not see this. This is on the bottom, right? I wonder if I have to poke some holes in this with a fork. Doesn't give much instructions. I must say, there's not much instructions. It says, roll dough and poke with fork. It did say that. Ha, 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 ha. All right, I'm going to take some of this dough and put it, yeah, this one I was already making like a pizza. I'll just leave it like this and put some here in this corner. Plug it up. I'll cut off some of this. Okay, we're looking good here. I mean, really, looking good. This corner looking a little bit flimsy right here. Okay. And the last corner needs a little help. Let's move some of this down. Good. Cook with a fork. I think I would have done that anyway, but it's nice that it was written on there to cook with a fork. There is no, did you notice, no baking soda, no baking powder. It's not a dough that's going to rise. It's more like a cracker on the bottom here. All right, let's get out that fork and poke, poke, poke. That's not a fork, so that won't work. That's not a fork. That's a fork. All right, let's poke some holes. The goose is loose. And what does it say? Add topping and bake for 35 to 40 minutes. Let's see if we've got enough topping. I think we've got more than enough topping. We're going to just put it all in there. You know how it goes with cooking. There is magic involved, really. Boy, this paprika smells strong. You like my spoon? That's from Alaska. My kids were working in Alaska, and after COVID, my mom and I went to visit them in the summer. You didn't really know it was summer there. Alaska, beautiful. Of course, it's beautiful. I mean, the wildlife, it's like, it is wild country. And the people there are people that survive there. Obviously, in their winter, it's like dark. And in summer, it's light, very, very long hours, like in north of Europe, Sweden, and those places too, Norway. But it rained. I think it rained every single day. And not for the whole day, but I mean, everybody there, basically, they don't wear shoes, they wear those rubber boots. Everybody wears rubber boots. And yeah, but the cruises, it was Juneau, and we did manage some really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hikes. Maybe I'll put a quick picture in here. It'd be nice. Anyway, that's one of my souvenirs that I bought. It's got a partner. Here's the partner. I love Eskimo art. I just find it so simple and beautiful. Raven, bear. It's lovely. Okay, back to Thailand. And what do we got going here? To me, it looks very, very beautiful. I don't know if this looks like an official Cocos or not. It's been a long time since I've had an official Cocos. I think I have to wash my hands before I touch the camera to show you. All right, good. The oven was heating up for a minute now. Here we go. That's what it looks like. 30 to 40 minutes later, I will show you what happens. I'm not putting any other spices. I'm following the recipe for spices. That's about the only thing, right? Okay. All right. Catch you in 30 or 40 minutes. What's cooking now? Well, we've still got the cocoa. The cocos is still cooking. And I'm trying to remember, I took down my big clock. I'm waiting for anyway, I don't have a clock in here and I'm relying on that thing. And I decided I need to make a salad with this. So I'm making a carrot salad and I just wanted to show you this lovely coriander, which I'm going to sneak in. My husband doesn't think he says he doesn't like coriander, but it's not true because I sneak it in and he eats it. Coriander is super, super, super good for you. So if you have access to coriander, just put it in things. If somebody doesn't like it, by eating it more and more, honestly, my mom used to not like it and she likes it now. A lot of people that are exposed to me, they get to like coriander. I'm chopped up the carrots in my handy dandy food processor and I'll show you what kind of dressing I'm making with it.
Carrot salad dressing. I have to do a voiceover because although I have the microphone on, I guess it ran out of juice. Anyway, it won't be too difficult because the half of lemon that I had left, I squeezed into the bowl. And now I'm putting a pinch of salt. Oh boy, we're going to get this microphone thing figured out soon, I'm sure. What else have I got to go? My favorite spoon to mix it up, but I must have other ingredients already in there. I guess I've got the oil in there already. I put the lemon, salt. Well, I can't tell you what I'm telling you because I don't know what I'm telling you. I think we're going to just make this much shorter, and I'll give you the recipe because it is just a salad dressing. So that's exactly what we did, cut it shorter, but here it is being mixed all together with the carrots. It makes a delicious carrot salad, very fast, very easy. Pretty much everybody loves this carrot salad. And I'll give you the recipe and give it a go.
Okay, we are ordering new microphones because this thing will just turn off all of a sudden. And it did that. I don't know, might have to do a voiceover on that last bit. So I'm just going to show it to you again. I was saying this is a wonderful, easy salad to make, and the whole family usually enjoys this one. And you can keep it in the fridge easily for a couple of days. It only gets better and better, but it doesn't usually last that long. Okay, enjoy. We are on a roll here. Cocos is almost going to be out of the oven. I just checked. It really needs about less than 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I had 4 cucumbers left in the refrigerator, 2, I think you call them English cucumbers, and 2 of the other cucumbers. Anyway, I'm going to make a cucumber salad with that. So we'll have carrot, cucumber salad. I have some regular leaf salad left over from lunch, and our cocos. That's going to be a fantastic, delicious dinner. And we'll have definite leftovers, which is a good thing. Okay, let's first check on that cocos. Oh, yeah. No, still needs a few more minutes. Right there. Yeah, I can be such a nerd. I've got half that lemon left. Guess where I'm going to use it? Yeah, I don't use vinegar. I only use lemons or limes. Yeah, I don't miss vinegar at all. I've got dill in there and some mint because that's what I had. So I cut in some dill and mint. Ah, I even have some of that red onion left. I think I will cut off another little piece and very finely chop it in there as well. Very fine, just small, small pieces. Let's hope I can do that. I'm not even using a full half, just a quarter. Just give it a little taste. Little taste of some onion. Put that in there. Okay, did that. Yeah, my cutting board is a little bit messy from everything. That's okay. Some pepper. Famous salt. Good pinch of salt. I could put in that. I still have some of this oil left. I don't know if I want oil in it. I think I'm just going to leave it. A lemon. A lemony. You know what? Heck, I'm going to use it. That was a lot of oil, in fact, but otherwise, what am I going to do with that oil? Okay, so we've got our oily mixture there. No problem. I wasn't going to do it, and now I did it. Pour this over. And there we've got it. A beautiful, beautiful cucumber salad. And we'll mix that up before serving it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like this. Or no, I can mix it up. Got another pair of these things. Let's mix it up. What's it called? Cucumber salad does taste best when it's soaked in, when it marinates a bit. Man, I'm having trouble mixing today. I can say that is true. All right. Oh, looks even better. Can put some mayonnaise in it if you want, but I just put so much oil that that's going to be good. All right, we got our carrot salad done. We've got our cucumber salad done. Woohoo! We just got to take out the cocos, and guess what? Clean up. All right, people. Let's see what's happening here. Oh yeah. To me, that looks like something that's really going to be tasty. Off with the oven. And we'll show you a dinner plate, a picture later. Bye.